And then you've got a daughter whose life is hanging in the balance. She's smoking crack, she's shooting up heroin, she's taking Suboxone, and you're pouring her drinks at a party? Talk to me, say something.
I'm wrong, I'm sorry, Stephanie, I shouldn't have given you drinks. But I took the bottle and hit it after that shot, didn't I? Yes. Didn't I, Granny?
Are you seriously going to try and defend that behavior?
No.
That's what we saw with a camera standing there. Have you ever done drugs with her?
No. Have we? No.
Am I supposed to pretend I believe that? I'm sorry. Was it my move next? I'm sorry. Was I supposed to pretend that I believe that?
Well, what are you
I'm sorry.
calling?
Okay. Okay. For God's sakes, ladies, come on. This is it. This is the precipice. You are at the threshold. Are you going to sit here and lie to me? You going to tell me you've never done drugs with your daughter? I got a polygraph operator 3 minutes from here. I'll pull him in if you need him.
What have we done? We have snorted one one line together. Is that what he's referring to? Because that's all we've ever done. Huh?
Yes, we snorted coke once together.
With your daughter?
Yes.
When was this?
Years ago.
This was before I really got on drugs.
Okay, so you started heroin when you were 21, so it was before that, right? How old were you?
I was like 20.
Yeah. So you were doing illegal drugs with her?
It wasn't my choice, but I did it.
I'm sorry, somebody grabbed the back of your head and shoved it down on the table and said, snort this coke with your daughter? No. Did they have a gun to your head?
No.
Because if they'd have had a gun to my head, they'd have just had to pull the damn trigger, lady, before I would do drugs with my child. Are you kidding me? What, am I missing something here? I know you're in a drug haze with a totally toxic brain, but even you ought to figure out this isn't correct.
I know, it's fine.
Do you?
Yes.
She's drugged out and knows it's wrong, and you're sitting there going, oh, just one time. It wasn't my choice. Whose choice was it? Just for the record, just for entertainment purposes, I just want to know.
I guess it was our choice.
Well, no, seriously, whose choice was it? You can get defensive and paranoid and hate me later, but right now, just answer the
I
question.
don't hate you.
Well, it's early. Stephanie says her father wants nothing to do with her, but he did want me to relay a message from him. You're going to hear what he has to say when we come back.
I was 17 when I got pregnant with Stephanie. Her dad gave me a choice of either having her or having him, and of course I chose my baby. When Stephanie was little, her and her dad really got along really good. And then as she got older, he started telling her that she was a piece of...
I was 12, I was doing my dad, and started acting out in school and acting promiscuous. I got caught writing dirty letters to boys, and at that time, my dad really started really abusing me. I was all of a sudden nothing to him. I was a whore just like my mother, a 12-year-old whore. I ruined his life. I've done nothing but the biggest mistake of his life.
I think a lot of Stephanie's problems stem from her dad. And once someone's told her all their life, that's what they think of themselves.
My dad's locked my number. How do you feel that? You message yourself up.
Dad, it's me. Dr. Philsha wants to know if you will talk to them about that you're probably not interested in my life, as you said before.
I don't care about my dad anymore. He's dead to me.
Well, that was Stephanie. She's addicted to crack and heroin. Doesn't look like it, but she is. She partly blames her father, Steve. Her mother, Kim, says Steve verbally abused Stephanie growing up. But Steve says that is absolutely not true. Now, he refused to be part of the show because he says he doesn't want to have any contact with Stephanie until she is clean and sober. He does have things to say to Stephanie. He says that he wants to have a relationship with you. He very much does. He says that he loves you. He says that he is behind you, and he says that he has cut off contact with you because he doesn't know what else to do.
You know, and that's what I don't understand is because growing up, my dad was everything to me. My dad was my hero. And, you know, I learned a lot of good from my dad, you know. But just, as I got older, he was this monster, and one minute he's hot, next minute he's cold. I was constantly walking on eggshells, and, you know, that messed me up big time. That messed me up more than anything else that's ever happened to me. Was that just having someone that you adore and you just love and you look up to, and him just turning on and spitting on you and telling you what a piece of you are, you know? Like, that didn't go over too well in my life. I mean,
That was then. And this is now, and he wants nothing to do with you at this point, and you say that's fine, it's not healthy to be with him.
Right.
But it's not fine. I mean, you don't like that.
I don't, but it has to be. I can't take it anymore. I can't take just one day call my dad, hey, how are you? And everything's fine. And then a week later I call him and he's like, what do you want from me? I'm not interested in your life. I can't take it. I can't take it anymore. I've dealt with it long enough.
Does it seem to you, just looking at her in total objectivity, that she is mentally, emotionally, addictively compromised at this point?
Very much so.
How do you square that with having a drinking party? How do you square that? Does that seem irresponsible to you on reflection?
Very, but I didn't want her to drink, but she was taking the bottle anyway.
Do I need to play the tape again?
No.
I mean, come on, are you that in denial?
No, I'm not in denial. It was wrong.
What did you say to her?
I said, Mom, just talk. Just be honest. Just talk from your heart. It's fine.
I am talking. She wanted a drink and I gave it to her. I know it's wrong.
You are in denial. You're a mother of an addict sitting here, and yesterday you threw 3 shots of vodka on top of a Percocet before you came to the Dr. Phil show to get your daughter help?
I don't mean to defend it. It was a drink, and I'm the addict here. I don't know if,
Yeah, you're the addict, and I'm the doctor. And I'm asking questions of the enabling parent who is sabotaging you right and left, okay? And if you don't see the toxic nature of that, then I'm going to point it out to you. And she's not the only problem. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to hear from Stephanie's boyfriend, Devin. She says that he's the love of her life, but he introduced her to hard drugs. He's going to be calling from jail. Plus, we're going to hear more from Heather, her best friend, as well. Stay right here.
I'm in love. Stephanie's boyfriend Devin is a royal piece. He's shooting her up with heroin and getting Stephanie arrested.
I can see myself spending the rest of my life with him.
Stephanie's boyfriend Devin is a royal piece.
I love you too. All right, bye.
I'm in love. As soon as Devin and Stephanie got together, her life is definitely all downhill. I'm going downhill. He's shooting her up with heroin and stealing from stores to buy and getting Stephanie arrested.
And Devin is not on drugs. He's just the best boyfriend. When Devin is on drugs, it's a nightmare.
He's not a good heart. He's a good person.
Darren's gonna beat you up.
Mom, he doesn't beat me. I don't have to kick me. Put me downstairs, threw me in the dirt, stabbed me with a knife.
What?
No, I'm just kidding.
You just want me to have a heart attack today, don't you?
Although he and I are not for each other, I still love him. I could see myself spending the rest of my life with him. He wants to marry me.
You're seeing the footage you're seeing because a former guest of mine, an addict herself, Joni, decided to try and document some of this to bring the reality to the forefront. Now, just imagine that your cute young nanny, who your kids just adore, is the person you're seeing in that footage. You think she's perfect, and then one day you find out that she's been doing drugs. That's Stephanie's story. She was once the most popular babysitter in her neighborhood, but now she's a heroin and crack addict. Stephanie's family is in agreement about one thing. They all say Devin, her boyfriend, is to blame. Today, Devin is joining us on the phone from jail. He's currently serving time for theft. Devin, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so I've been hearing Stephanie describe the fact that you have been physically abusive with her. Is that true?
Not nearly as physically abusive as she is towards me. We have our fights, and 9 times out of 10, I just take a beating like a man should. And every now and then, just out of instinct, I don't know, I'll accidentally maybe slap her real fast. I've never hurt Stephanie. She's never hurt me. And all of our fights always end up with a hug. I mean,
Did you accidentally push her down in the mud and kick her?
I didn't kick her, but yeah, I pushed her down in the mud.
Have you stabbed her?
No, I didn't stab her. I kind of poked her.
With what?
I poked her. I mean, just a very little prick with a knife. For a very good reason, though.
Okay, explain that to me. I'm not clear on what the stabbing conditions are.
We were doing very well. We probably each had over a month's sobriety, and I was at work, and I came home, and Stephanie was at the house, and I noticed that she had relapsed on drugs, and she wouldn't tell me, and she kept lying to me. And I guess, I don't know, I was so mad about her relapsing and lying about it that I poked her in the leg with a knife.
Heather, what do you think? You think he's a good influence in her life?
Not at all. A good influence.
Are you worried about him hurting her?
Yes. I'm worried about actually any negative people in her life.
And you think he's on that list?
On top.
At the top of the list?
Yeah.
Do you want him in your life, Stephanie?
I do.
Why?
I love him. I know he's a great person at heart.
He's hit you, pushed you down, kicked you, stabbed you, and taken you to a drugstore to shoplift, and you got caught, all in the name of drugs. Do you think that maybe that's not a good association?
No, but no.
Stephanie says she wants out of this drug-crazy life. Is it too late for her? Is she going to go home to a toxic environment when she gets out? Who knows if she ever gets out of this lifestyle? We'll be right back.
My friend Heather is the best. She's my soulmate of friends, really. Good then, I won't hold it down. Feeling like you want to again.
We're great together.
Straight and not too stuff.
When Stephanie's on drugs, she's not herself.
I can remember I'm not gonna ask you for another $20. Well, how are you gonna give me the $20?
And I'm trying not to drop out of her life. And it's just, she just keeps disappointing. And she's like, I'm gonna be clean. And she acts like she's clean and she's not.
My friend Heather has been very loyal to me. I never meant to hurt her so much.
I feel very helpless because I am. Really, I mean, I can be there for her and listen to her and talk to her, but I can't help her. She has to help herself.
Well, Stephanie says if she doesn't get help soon, that she won't live to see the next 5 years. You believe that?
Oh, absolutely. When I'm using, I don't want to die. Every time I stick that needle in my arm, I'm hoping it's the last time. It's gotten that bad.
Because it can get worse.
Oh, I'm sure. I know. I'm sure.
I want to introduce you to somebody special, another former guest of mine named Sarah. You may remember her. She was addicted to crack and heroin. She was living on the streets just a year ago. Sarah, you've seen it before, haven't you?
Yeah.
You and Tacoa have seen this before.
I just really think that you should go to treatment and just do the things they tell you to do there. And you have to make a whole life change. You have to change everything.
How bad did it get for you and your sister? You guys were actually selling yourselves on the street.
Yeah, it got really bad. It got to where I definitely wanted to die, but it is so different right now. I have a year sober next month.
I'm scared. For the first time in my life, I am scared. Scared.
Have you come up here and sit next to her? You can fit.
Come in.
Because you know, if you keep up what you're doing, she's gone. Right? I mean, you're not going to let her pull you down. Let her ruin your life, your career, your future. I mean, at some point, you'll say, I'm out of here.
It's getting kind of close, actually.
Do you think she's got a chance?
I do. With help.
Do you think she's got a chance with you? Because I'm going to tell you, I just met you, but I'm going to tell you, I think you are both an alcoholic and a drug addict. That's just, I mean, Bells, I'm not saying I'm right, and I can't prove it. I see what I see, and I hear what I hear. I think you've got a real substance problem here. I think you've had it for a long time, and I think you got it now. I think you're addicted to prescription drugs, and I think you're drinking to excess. What do you think?
I might say prescription drugs, but I don't really drink that much. I mean, I know on film it looked like it because we were having a oyster shooter party. There's our oyster shooters. Not that it makes a difference, but...
No, it doesn't. Justify, deny, duck, weave, evade, but never step up and own it. That's you. Rich, stand up, if you would, please. This is Rich Whitman. He is from La Hacienda, which is a serious, absolute, cutting-edge, top-drawer drug rehabilitation program. He is here to take you with him. He is here to, you don't pass go, you don't go home, you don't call friends. All you do is get patted down, your luggage gets searched, they go through places you haven't even thought of to hide drugs and paraphernalia, and then he takes you straight there. You may be gone for a long, long time. Rich, what do you think?
There is no going back home for you. Playmates and playgrounds have got to change. That includes mom, too.
We'll be right back. We're talking about drug addiction today, and it cuts across all levels of society. Stephanie, you are totally committed to doing what you have to do, right?
Absolutely.
And you're going there from here. You're not going back home. You're going there from here.
Good.
And Kim, you understand, well, maybe you don't, but you should understand that I believe to the core of my soul that you should be in treatment, because I believe to the core of my soul that you are an addict. And the only reason that you're not going to do it is because you don't see it. You think you're fine. You think you'll get through your back surgery. You'll get rid of the morphine, the Percocet, the Xanax.
Well, I know I can stop.
All that stuff. Well, we'll see. I hope you're right, and I hope I'm wrong. I'm not, but I hope I am. I truly hope I am. Because she can't come home to a toxic environment with justifications and blah, 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 blah. She can't do that. You owe it to her to get yourself straight.
I will.
If you have a family member or friend you think needs help, but you don't know how to do it, log on to drphil.com, because I'm going to give you complete instructions on how to get someone you love the help that they need. Now, I really, really hope you will do that. Thanks for being here.